Cedric Paquette, any sort of status update on him? Came off early there.
The lineup questions are pointless at this juncture. We're way too deep. Optional skate.
But he came off early.
I didn't even see it. I didn't watch. So you're asking questions I didn't even see. So I don't know.
So you're saying you have no idea?
Zero.
Okay.
Could have to ask the head coach that. No, he's questionable in your terms. He'll be questionable.
John, would you talk about the value of having a guy like Rick Bowness on the bench with you for these games as you get deeper into the playoffs?
Well, I think I answered this question a couple of times already in the playoffs, so there's got to be a transcript of me saying how valuable he is to me. Okay, it'll be good.
John, can you talk about what you're seeing in terms of Steven Stamkos and his will? It seems as when he steps on the ice, he has just that burning desire to want to win this whole thing, and he's doing all those little things. And obviously he's getting the goals now, but you talk about maybe the little things that maybe guys that are experiencing this for the first time can feed off.
I think the one thing you have to look at Stammer is how he emerged. He kind of did a little struggle and emerge, and early on in the playoffs where he wasn't, I think the pucks weren't going in the net for him. He didn't have his, I guess, mojo or offensively. He found a way. And I think there wasn't tail between the legs. There wasn't head down. Frustration, yes, but you want that probably in a player, that he wants to succeed. But he struggled. He fought his way through it to where he is now. And we may have got through the Detroit series without him having to go or produce much offensively. But for us to keep advancing, we need Stammer to produce. And he just keeps finding a way as these series goes on. So if anybody, like somebody young or coming up looking at that, there's a perfect example of, sometimes things aren't going to go your way. So what are you going to do about it? Like, how are you going to come through this? And he's found a way.
John, when we come to the rink, one win away from the Stanley Cup final this morning, what's on your mind?
It's, I don't know, I'm really not thinking about beyond tonight. As the series goes on, you have to plan for a 7-game series. So there's part of you that's just planning, because it's not a given you're going to win tonight, and you have to plan this all the way through. So you kind of have to step out and say, what are our travel plans? But we had to do that in all our series. It's weird how this is our third series, and we've advanced to this Game 6 in different ways. One, with our back against the wall, having to win this game at home, then go to a Game 7. The next one being up 3, giving up 2, and now having to come back on your heels a little bit. And then this one, tied series, we get the 5th one, and now we have a chance to knock them out. So we've kind of approached these. We've kind of lived these different battles. I think one thing I know, like I don't take anything for granted. And so this is, every game just becomes our most important game of the year. And that's how we have to treat this. And we can't just sit here and say, we played a pretty good game in Game 5. That'll just carry us into a win tonight. If we don't play better than we did in Game 5, we won't win tonight. And that's kind of my message. And it's a little bit my feeling for me. It's excitement, nervousness, fear, anticipation. Like I can whip through a bunch of things. It's really exciting time. But as we go through this, you just can't let yourself get too high, and you can't let yourself get too low. You just gotta kind of ride this out and prepare your guys as much as possible. And I think our coaching staff's done a good job with that.
Having a Brendan Morrow in the lineup in the regular season is obviously important, but come playoff time and in these kind of games, does he sort of earn his pay, so to speak?
Well, I think if we look back, and I remember I think we signed him July 5th or something like that, and it was for this reason. And Mo's been one of those guys that he had a different role in his career playing for Dallas, and how he's moved. He's playing a couple teams lately, probably those teams pulling him in for the same reason we did. We know he can still be an effective player on the ice. What he brings in the room, his experience both in the regular season, the playoffs, his leadership, And everything that we wanted him for, he's delivered, and he's delivering at the biggest time. And it may not show up on the score sheet, but I've been asked questions about who are your unsung heroes, and he would be one of them for us. He's probably not going to find his face on the front page of the paper, but he has done so many things for us that have helped us get here, and hence why he's still, playing the minutes and being effective for us. And I think a big part of why we're winning, because maybe those lines aren't scoring, but they're being effective for us in other ways. And I'll tell you, when Morrow's on the ice, the defensive pair that's on the ice with him definitely knows he's on the ice, and that's a good thing.